Here we go. Hey everyone, I'm always laughing at myself with all the fun technology. How are you today, everyone? Happy Monday. We're here for a Pilates meets bounce, Pilates plus bounce. What do I call it? How do I call it? We're gonna do Pilates on the mat. I'm very, very excited, and we're gonna finish the class with some bounces. We're gonna get a little flexibility in, a little mobility in. All the good things are coming to us today. Yes, I hope you're ready. I hope your body feels ready. I hope your mind feels ready. And let's check in with the flash of the flash, Mr. Flash. Where are you, Flashy? What is it? What do we do here? Who knows, everybody? Who knows? Oh, there it is. It's always something. It's always something. Can we check in over here? Can we check over here with Flash? We'll do this. All right, that is not the right one, but we'll flip it over here and we'll go here. There we go. We wanted to see him cuddling his beautiful little plant baby, which he's been trained. We've been working on lots of training on how not to get him to bite the flowers out, but look at the cute boy. And next to him is the plant of the week, which is, as you can see, in water. It is, I'm gonna bring it over to you. How about that, as I trip over the wires? Here, let's see if you can see it here. Can we see it here? Oh yeah, it is called a water hyacinth, and it's actually meant to go in an outdoor pond. There we go. It's meant to go in an outdoor pond, but we're checking in and seeing if we can grow it and flourish it in the indoor studio, which is kind of interesting and fun and hopefully fruitful. And one of the things to note about this particular one, here I'll come back to you, hi, is that if you put it in a pond or in water, it's like it'll take over every single thing. So my hope is that maybe by the end of this week or next week, depending on how the weather goes, my hope is that we have a beautiful flourishing flower that we can show a progression of, which just kind of matches along with everything we do here. And we'll see what happens. So if you're new here, we always feature a plant because plants are life. They offer us metaphors, they offer us joy, they offer us all the things. But for now, we are going to get ready for our Pilates class. You just need yourself and your rebounder. Good morning, Tracy. Happy to see you here. I've got my chat up over here. So we're gonna begin. I'm gonna bring my rebounder out just a little bit more space. We're gonna begin standing on the side of our rebounder with a little bit of focus on just taking a stretch. And we're gonna start with something called a standing roll down. And so I want you to place your feet pretty wide. We're gonna bring your chin towards your throat, which is a little different than towards your chest, right? So just nod your head to feel the back of your neck opening up. We're gonna round forward. And just let your upper back round. Now, if for some reason you're not supposed to round your back, you could always take a flat back hinge at this moment. But rounding the back happens, it's part of life. We work with it. We're gonna take our hands all the way down to the rebounder here. With the round back or flat back, whatever you're working on, I want you to think of pushing into the rebounder, pushing into the bungees, putting weight into your wrists, and then shift back out of it. As you put weight into your wrists, it's like we're crunching a little bit, for lack of a better way of talking about it. It's like we're getting into our abdominal wall, we're engaging some level of force there. Let's do one more. Good, and then place the weight back into your feet, heavy footprints, roll all the way up, tailbone comes down, chest opens up. Let's turn the palms towards your rebounder, open your chest up, press your hips gently forward, just feel an opening on the full front side of your body, and then from here, bring your chin to your throat again, rounding over if you can. We're taking our hands to the mat. You're gonna take a deep breath in, exhale, press into the rebounder. Breathe in and press. What I'm feeling on my back is a kind of stretch through the rounded portion. And one more time. And press. Good. And then roll all the way up. So Pilates is not all about the abs. There's a good deal of core connection and control, which is why people love it. Open your chest, press your hips forward. Good, bring it back to center. Let's heel toe our feet a little bit wider. We're gonna bend our knees and send our hands all the way out. Now here we are in a flat back. Reach your arms across the rebounder, then we're gonna tuck the tail. Think of rounding up into a round back, and then lift your tail, reach all the way out to a nice long stretch. Curl, little spinal articulation, and reach. Let's just get into some mobility of the back. We'll do 2 more times. Let your hands be really heavy. And stretch, a nice yawning, open engagement. 1 more time. Trying to take it a little slower as we wake up the back today. And reach all the way out. Good. We're gonna bend your front knee and your front arm, the one that's closest to me maybe, and then straighten the other side. Just breathe into that inner thigh stretch, reach out through that shoulder, and then switch. And reach. I always think of like a slow motion cat stretch here. Let's go to the other side. Deep breath in, big breath out, bending deeper into that hip and knee if you can. Let's go 1 more time each side. Reach and switch. Good. Reach and switch. Excellent. All right, the last thing we're gonna do is come up, hands close to the center of your rebounder. We're gonna step back into a plank. If plank is not where you're at today, maybe your plank is just like so, okay, which is just fine. If you can come into a big plank, let's take your feet hip-width distance apart. Regardless of where you are, we're gonna do a little stretching. So find a place in your hand positioning that helps you feel like you can push into the mat. And then shift back, press your hips back behind your heels, take a big stretch here. And then we're gonna come forward into the plank. And just hold the plank, find your strength in the plank. Push down into the mat. Feel your front body hovering up, and then reach it back. Big shift through the heels. And reach it all the way forward through the crown of your head. Good. Reach it all the way back. Breathing as we go, and then reach it all the way forward to stay. So whether you are in a kind of half plank or a full plank, let's just bend our knees towards, and I'm going to move in a little closer, towards the frame, and feel like we've got a nice core connection here. So the front of your abdomen is hugging up to your back, and then stretch your legs away. And then bend them in. Maybe you breathe out as you go into this position, and then press nice and long. Be aware that your support is coming from your back as well as from your chest. Sometimes we can get really tense in our chest and our neck. You can also work your underarms, your shoulder blades. Press. Let's do 1 more time. In and back. Then walk your feet in so you can stand well on them, and then bend your knees and roll to the top. All right, here. So we're gonna turn around. Let's have a seat all the way down. And then just for a moment, whether you need to take your feet apart or together, find a place that allows you to arrive in a sitting position. Maybe you've never thought of it that way before, because a lot of times we just slump on down. But I'd like you to press your hands against the edge of your frame. I'd like you to open your chest up, reach the crown of your head to the ceiling, and just feel like you are animating a seated posture, okay? Bringing life into it. From here, we're gonna start to rock backward, curling your tail back, opening up your back, and just giving yourself that chance to open, maybe shifting side to side, and then coming all the way up to the top. Let's do this a couple times. I went to take a yoga class yesterday, and I've been practicing yoga for a long time, but I've never done a formal teacher training because I kind of wanted to keep it for myself. I do a lot of other things, but you know, when you know how to teach something, you're more inclined to want to teach it rather than do it, and kind of count that as your movement practice, and that's okay. But I wanted to keep yoga as something for me, and I go in and out of it. I go in and out of periods where I love it and periods where I don't want to do it, and you know, it's kind of a love-hate sort of situation. Let's come all the way up on the next one. From here, take your back hand around to the front edge of your frame, and you're gonna do the same little tilt back, just a little more stretch to this side of your back. So imagine you're reaching this side of your back to the mat, rocking back. And then as you come up, maybe you give a little twist and look over your shoulder. Let's do that about 4 times. So anyway, I'm in yoga, and I realized that the trend for everything is like fast, maybe not, you know, maybe not the fastest on earth, but it's certainly faster than maybe, I don't know, it would be in years past. You know, everything's down to the 30-minute, the 20-minute, the get it in, get out, get more work done. And the pacing is awful fast. And I just felt this like super huge desire, here's our last one, to just like go a little bit slower and just be present with what I was doing. Let's go to the other side. Because I was talking to a client and I was like, aren't you bored? You know, I said, I'm bored sometimes of lifting weights. Like I have to think of a really good idea to get my brain on board with teaching Pilates or lifting weights or doing cardio. That's one of the reasons why I use the Rebounder, because it's always fun. We're gonna do about 3 more over here. And she's like, yeah, I know what you mean, you know, you get bored. And I said, the only way to not be bored is to really pay attention and like find something that's interesting about the movement. And so we decided that that was gonna be our focus. Let's come up to the center. We're gonna reach our arms forward, our hands on the hips, or hands on the frames, excuse me, and then we're gonna roll all the way back down. And then just take your head into the bungees or on if you have a comfort mat. And of course, you're always welcome to take any of your Pilates down to the mat itself. We're gonna begin here with a bridge just to continue our little spinal warm up on this Monday morning. So we're curling the tail under. As you roll back to your hips, push down into your waistline and then peel your spine off. So this is a spinal bridge as opposed to a glute bridge, which we'll see later. And then we're gonna roll all the way back. As you roll back, feel the stretch in the front of your thighs, your hips. Feel the connection from the front of your abdomen to your back. Yes, we're gonna do a couple of these. So just roll up and down at a pace that allows you to pay attention. And you might say, well, what am I paying attention to? And the point of interest here, I think, is, this is curious. How come my spine really moves kind of one bone at a time in this area, but it doesn't in another area? I wonder if I can get more motion out of that other area. And sure, there are tips and tricks and techniques and cues and all of it, but I want you to try it for yourself. What does your intuition say? Because that's actually the most important thing. That's the thing that's gonna show up for you outside of a session you do on YouTube or anywhere else, right? All right, let's do a couple more, rolling up and down. Pressing to the top, looking for openings, looking for support, and then as we roll through, looking for that mobility, looking for that reach. Yeah. So the moral of the story is sometimes you got to slow down and pay attention, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's all I'm trying to say. Sometimes you slow down and it gives you everything you need to do at a quicker pace with a little bit more interest. All right, let's finish up your last one. And once you land down with your back on the mat, we're gonna picture the mat itself on the Rebounder like a hammock. And I want you to just weight down, almost like you feel that kind of banana shape, like the center of the mat is dropping down. You've got the resistance of the bungee, so it's hard, right? But we're gonna take a deep breath in, reach your arms up, and as you exhale, just press your pelvis down into the mat. Press your rib cage down on your mat. Your feet and your head might feel lighter, but just keep them resting down for a minute. This is kind of like a downward contraction. Release as you breathe in. And then as you exhale again, imprint the back of your pelvis, the back of your rib cage, the back of your body. Send it down, try to push those bungees, stretch them downward, and then release. Just be mindful that you're not creating too much tension around your neck and shoulders, but you're really focusing on the back side of your body, pushing backwards. Yeah, good. Let's do one more big breath out. Press it down. You might feel a little band of engagement across your lower belly, across your waistline, your midsection. That is all of those deep muscles working. And if you're not there yet, that's okay. Some days I'm not there yet. I've had a couple of abdominal surgeries. Some days it's just numb. And the deal is like sometimes you have to fake it to feel it. So fake it until you feel it. You go like, okay, I'm gonna push down, I'm looking for it, I'm aware of it, I'm waiting for it, maybe, I don't know. I'll just keep trying my best until I feel it. Sometimes that helps. All right, so on the next one, we're gonna do it so much that our head and our feet come off the mat and curl us into a ball. So let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, heavy hips first, heavy ribs, press down, and when you feel that pressure get deep enough, then curl yourself into a ball and pull it all the way in and just curl, and then release all the way down. Let's do it again. Exhale, press. Get heavy. Wait for the point that it feels reasonable to curl your head and feet up. Try not to do that movement independently of the back body. The whole focus is on the down pressure of your back. Even here, you can hear it in my voice. I'm working hard. And then lower all the way back. Let's go 2 more. Press. So a lot of times in Pilates, people will say, it hurts my neck to curl it up. And that's a valid situation. Sometimes it does. But if you can lift your head from the connection of your body, of your core muscles, of your spine moving, sometimes you can eliminate some of that tension. Let's go one more time. Exhale, come on down. Wait for it. And then just curl it up and reach and deepen. Now hold it here for a second. Take a deep breath in. Push down a little bit more through your back body as much as you can. Do it again. Deep breath in. Remember to drop your chin towards your throat. You can always lower your head if you need to. Let's do one more time. Exhale all the way down. Good, and lower to the mat. All right, so we've done both halves at the same time. Now we're gonna take one half at a time. You might think this is too basic, it's too easy, it's too boring. Pay attention. This is where you build up the repetitions so that when you go to do something fantastic with your core that's like really showy, this is where it comes from. So take your arms down by your side. Deep breath in. This time we're just gonna weight the pelvis and think the bottom, middle, top of the waistline to bring your legs up to tabletop. All right, so the knees are over the hips. You can hear in my voice that I'm working strong. We're gonna inhale, let the pelvis get light. Maybe your back lifts off the mat. Exhale, let the pelvis get heavy and press your waistline down. Inhale, let it get light. Exhale, heavy as you can, like an anvil dropping into the mat. Breathing in. If you've got really light bungees, kind of loose, springy on your trampoline, this is a really awesome place to feel it. Mine are pretty strong, so I had to really work down to feel like I'm stretching the bungees here. Good, exhaling. All right, one more, breathe in. And exhale, send it down, send it down. Remember that Quiver Town place we worked on Thursday? That's where we're at right now. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. So we're gonna take that up a notch. You have a choice of having one leg at tabletop, one leg up like this. That would be your easiest. And or lowering your leg to a place that you can maintain and that you can pull your waist back from. So lots of core connection here. So I'm gonna take my leg out. You can hang on. We're gonna inhale, make the waistline light, and exhale, think of your belt pressing to the ground. Inhale, let it get light, maybe the tailbone gets heavier. Exhale, your waist gets heavier. Breathe in, and breathe out. Ooh, Quiver Town. party of one. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. I guarantee this kind of work is going to stay with you and build more patterns longer than doing 9,000 crunches. Good. Bring that knee in, hug your knees into the chest. All right, let's go to the other side. Find the position, either leg right up or right out. Take a deep breath in, the waist gets a little lighter. Exhale, press the back, press the waist. I shouldn't say the back, it's really your pelvis and your belt line. Breathe in, release. Breathe out, press into the bungees. Breathe in, shaky, shaky. Breathe out. So why do we shake? We shake for a couple different reasons. Sometimes it's just your body trying to figure out the signal. Like, what is happening? What is she asking me to do? Other times it's because we're fatigued. We're working deeper. We're recruiting more muscle fibers into the situation. Let's do one more. Breathe in. And exhale fully. All right, bend your knees. Good enough, right? Yes, let's place your feet down onto the frame. Take your arms up. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the waistline. So imagine, or with the rib cage, I should say. So we had our low waist here, our low rise jean. And now we're working our empire, either or, waistline right up at the top. So we're in that like Elizabethan era and we're right around the rib cage. We're gonna reach our arms back. You're gonna let your ribs come off of the mat. And then think of that nice ribbon around your center and press down. I realize I'm talking to women. That's because I think most of my people are women, however, or female identifying. So let's breathe in and then send your rib cage down. If you are male identifying, you might think of it as a heart rate monitor. Breathe in. Maybe a very tight vest, either or. Maybe just the back of your rib cage. Good, let's do one more. Breathe in. This time we're gonna send the rib cage down, reach forward and bring yourself forward. And now take your hands behind your legs and curl up a little bit higher until you can feel that upper high waist pressing down, like right up here. Then we're gonna release and or hold on, whatever you need. Take a deep breath in, send it down more. Breathe in, send it down more. Breathe in. Send it down more. One more time, breathe in. Send it down more. And then release. All right, we're gonna bring this into the 100 and now we're gonna move with it. So we wanted to do a lot of prep work to get our bodies awakened. So you have your choice of legs onto the frame like so. You can bring them together like so, or you can begin in tabletop like me and you can progress as needed. So make your choices. We're gonna take our arms back, take a deep breath in. Exhale, press your arms forward, use your hands on the back of your legs if you need to, or come up and then just take a moment to sink the entire back body into the mat, and we're gonna pump in and out. So breathing in and out. Now it gets real fun as we start to bounce it because your goal is not up. I don't want you to leave the mat. I want you to push down into the mat with your back body. If you're ready for a progression, you can bring your legs up to the top. I should really not talk between all of this because it just gets silly. But it's good challenge. Hold on to that shape. And if you're ready for another progression, bring your heels together, squeeze them tight, and reach out on the diagonal. Good, keep pumping, keep bouncing. And if you're ready for another progression, reach even longer. Keep breathing in and out. Last chance for a progression. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hug those knees into your chest. Ooh, and roll all the way up. Yeah, let's take our hands onto the frame and extend. Good. So that exercise is hard in and of itself. Let's slide back. But also I do it in that way so that we get deeper and deeper and deeper, so that by the time you get into the 100, you start to know where you're actually connecting from. So we're going into roll up next, and why don't we actually take the feet down to the ground. Hug your shins in, reach your arms forward, round up and over, stand into your feet, and we're gonna start to curl the tail back. Now as you roll down, press through the waist, press through the rib cage, stay heavy as your arms reach back. Let's do a circle around, curl forward, press down to come up. Use your hands on the frame if you need to, ending in a spine stretch, folding in your hips. Your spine is rounded and we're reaching. And then we're rolling. Pull your heels in, lengthen out and reach. Every time you come down to the mat, your goal is to get heavier, to work the bungees to the ground. That's the weight you're lifting, okay? That's why the Pilates on the mat gets to be so effective, is because you're pushing against the resistance of the bungees, which is pretty significant. So use your body weight, curling up, pressing down through the hard parts, reaching forward, up and over. Let's go for 2 more. Roll it back, deepen it as you go, get heavier, reach, circle around, pressing up and reaching through. Last time, rolling back. Big stretch, circle around, all the way up and stretch. Let's take 1 more to roll down to our back and land with your hands by your side. We're gonna bring our right knee to tabletop, extend it all the way up, reach nice and long, keep a bend if you need to. We're gonna draw a circle by crossing all the way over so your toe comes in line with your opposite shoulder. And then I want you to circle down and around and up as big as you like, as long as you can keep everything relatively still. So you're pushing down through that opposite hip, and this should feel good. So if a big circle does not feel good to your hip, make it smaller, and vice versa. This is a hip juicer, so we want to get all the good stuff going on. Let's do 1 more in this direction. Let's reverse the direction. Open it out, make sure to sweep all the way across. That's the hard part for me. Good, just carving out that space. And a lot of people will say, well, what happens if I have a lot of clicking and clunking? And it can be honestly for a number of different reasons, but sometimes it's just tight musculature in there, and it will be helpful to go slower and smaller with your circle. Let's do 1 more here. Just pull that knee into your chest, give it a little hug in, and lower it down. Let's go to the other side. Reach it up. We're gonna cross over, woo, and around and up, circling. I think I did about 6 or 7. Again, your focus is keeping your pelvis, your rib cage still as you let that leg fly. As you let it just explore the range. But choose your range. Let's go 1 more. Let's reverse. There are days when my circles want to be smaller just based on what I did that week. It's just like kind of a day-to-day thing. Like, what do I need today? What's going to be meaningful to my life? Not what's the hardest thing I can do to burn the most calories. It's just so not of our lives. It's so uninteresting, yeah? Good. Reach it up. Pull it all the way in. Nice, good hug into your chest. All right, press your knee into your hands and see if you can rock yourself up in 3, 2, 1, all the way to the top. All right, we're gonna go into rolling like a ball. So your rolling like a ball might be just a balance here. We're gonna take our hands onto your knees, and you might just hold it and hang out. Excuse me, your rolling like a ball might be rocking back a little and coming forward a little. Valid. Or remembering that you have a metal frame back there, you're gonna bring your chin to your throat, you're gonna rock to your shoulders, and then come back up and try to find your balance. What helps your balance? Pushing against the bungees. All right, let's get ready to go in 3, 2, either holding, rocking, or rolling. If you're rolling, we're gonna do about 8. Woo. Remember that connection between the back body and the front body. It's so important. Hey Joy, I see you popping in. Good morning. Happy you're here. I've lost my count though, so I'm gonna do 3 more. Here we go. Just warming up our backs. Not being so precious about our rolling, but also not hitting our heads. It's fun, right? All right, rest. So guess what? We are able to progress this into a thing that goes sit to stand. So we're all gonna try it to the best of our abilities. And again, you might just sit, balance, and then come up and stand. Or you might sit, and today we're just gonna roll and come up and stand. Are you excited? I'm kind of excited. All right, so let's start seated. We're gonna rock back. Again, take your hands behind your legs. Don't get your head knocked, okay? Keep your chin in. And then use the momentum and the bungees to stand up. We're gonna do 8 of them. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Curl and stand. Whew, that's 1. You can do whatever you like with your arms. Go as fast or slow as you need to. If you need to break it down into a couple steps, that's okay. If you need to take the roll out of it, that's okay. Maybe just a little squat. 4. And 3. If you really work with that momentum, it's not a lot of effort. Good. Let's go 1 more. And all the way up. All right, awesome work. We're gonna come onto hands and knees next. Hopefully that was good for you. And let's take our bungees and just slide them apart so you have your frame here. And we always just remind ourselves that if we slide them apart, we'll pull them back together too. All right, so we're in our hands and knees. We're gonna take our right knee into the chest and just curl into it, round your back. And then we're gonna extend the leg all the way back, straight behind you. So let's push into the frame, push into your shin, deepen, and then reach it back. Try not to drop or collapse in your low back, keep yourself supported. Rounding it in, reaching it out, nice wide chest, rounding it in, reaching it out. Let's go a couple more, rounding it in, reaching it out, and last one, rounding it in, and reaching it out and hold. Reconnect front to back. Lift it up. We're just gonna touch lightly, shin to the frame. Lift it up, touch it down. Good. Lift it up. This is lots of control. Touch it down. Lift it up. All right, adding on a little hip work. We're gonna lift that leg up to hip height. We're gonna take it out to the side and touch the side of the frame. Lift and touch down. Lift and out to the side, and lift. Option to take your hand from the back down on your elbow. Sometimes that can help give you some range. Makes it a little easier on the upper body, a little more targeted in the hip. Up, all the way around. Make sure you get to the side and then around to the back. So you go straight up, then you complete each point on the circle, straight up, and then all the way back. 1 more in each position. Up, all the way around, yes, up, and all the way in. Good. Bend your knee, take your hands back up. Take your legs just slightly apart, round your spine. Look deep into your center. Arch your back. Lift your tail, and then come back into your rounded back. If you can, tuck your toes under and either make your knees very light on the mat or lift them up just slightly to hover above. Breathing in, breathing out, finding it, staying for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release all the way down. All right, let's go to the other side. We're gonna bring that opposite knee into the chest, rounding the back, and extending it straight back. Pulling it in, reaching it back. And feel like your spine contracts to bring that knee into your chest, and then it lengthens to send the leg back behind you. I like a little exhale as I come in. Inhale as I reach. Let's go one more, rounding, extending and touching all the way down gently. We're gonna just lift it up and touch down. I'm going slow here because I want you to really feel, where is hip height? Can I keep my hips focusing on the mat right now? Can I push into my arms to feel support in my upper back? 4, and lower, and 3, and touch. That's it. Stay with me. I know these are tedious, but they're so good for our standing work. Excellent. Touch down. All right, we're gonna bring it up, all the way out to the side to touch, and then we're gonna lift it up and all the way back. And I'm gonna come down to my elbow because I'm getting a better range here. There we go, especially to the side. Lift all the way down. Ooh, and you're probably gonna feel it double time. That other hip is still talking, yeah? Up and reach. Keep breathing, keep focusing. Lift and around. We're doing well, we're doing well. Up and reach. Lift and around. Okay, one more time. Foot cramp. Reach. It's the targeted stuff that really gets us in here. Good. All right, walk yourself back up. Tuck your toes under. Round your spine. Either push into your hands and feet, make your knees light on the mat, or hover them up. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower all the way down. All right. Good. Let's replace our bungees. Excellent. We're gonna do one more little thing here. Sweep your legs around, and we're gonna come up and bounce for about a song and get our energy lifted. All right, this last one is called teaser. So come all the way down to your back. Reach your leg out nice and long. And you can rest it on the frame if you like. We've been doing a lot of rolling up today. So think about what you learned as you reach your arms around. You're gonna circle them around to curl forward. And as you do so, bring your toes in line with your nose. That's your setup. It's like, we call it a canoe. As we move up, you take the canoe to a V, and I want you to use your hands if you can, if you need to. Other option is to bring it up here. Nose and toes still in the same plane. Then we're gonna roll down. We're gonna reach back, and we're gonna send it all the way overhead. And we're gonna circle around. Nose and toes. Lift, 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 holding on or not. This is your teaser. Roll back, reach it nice and long. Stretch. One more time. Find your canoe, lift to your V and hold it. You can also bend the knee of your canoe here. We're gonna bring, or of your teaser, we're gonna bring your other leg up. I want you to hold it here, here or here, here or here. We're staying for 8, 7, can you sit taller? 6, calm it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your first leg down and then roll all the way out. I know, reach it nice and long. 3 on this side, we've got it. Curl it up. Lift, grow, nice and tall. Roll all the way back. Find your canoe, and then lengthen to a straight line. Bend the canoe. Remember, press the bottom of the canoe into the water, yeah? And then keep pushing down to lift it up, to pull it into your V. Reach down into your straight line and lengthen. And circle. Drop the bottom into the water. Lift it up. All right, now think of your hips as dropping beneath the surface of the water. Push down to lift up. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5. Get taller, get lifted. 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees. Come on up to sitting. Separate your legs. Round forward, and let's just stand into a forward fold, stretching out those hamstrings. Bending your knees and rolling all the way up to the top. Good. All right, nice work. Grab a quick drink. I'm gonna make sure that we have the right music coming up for our bounce. We're gonna bouncy bounce next. How are we? Yeah, let's go back into, here we go. All right, let's take 2 songs. 2 of my faves, maybe, right? All we're doing is just giving ourselves a little bit of fuel injection to get ready for the day, okay? It's Monday, we're just getting ready for the day. Bend your knees, have your feet nice and strong on the mat. Good, just lift your arms to the T, reach and down. Keep going, gotta move that. Off that shaky spot. There we go, out and down we go. Out and down. If you wanna bounce, if you wanna leave the mat, if you feel connected and solid in doing that, go for it. But if you don't want to, you can just keep it as a closed chain, yeah? Reach. Good, give me 2 more. Last one, we're gonna bring our elbows in, bounce balance, side to side. Get those toes and feet mobilized. Good. The check-in. Keep going. Check in with the dog is like. Good. Excellent. Give me 4. Give me 3. We're gonna go single, single, double, yeah? Ready? Here we go. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. I like to think of this class today as like our mood booster and our joint mobilizer. Yeah, some classes are there to push the limits, to build your strength, to build your cardio endurance, your ability to process oxygen. And some classes are there to remind you have a body, and it also enjoys subtlety. 4, 3, single, single, double. Walk it into tiptoes, singles all the way. Good. That's it. Enjoy this little bounciness, yeah? Good. Give me 8 more counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring your feet flat. We're gonna go slide to the side. Inner thighs stick to the center. Slide. And center. Notice how you gotta push more as you go out. Push down, 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 down. Pull it in. Good. One more like this. Pull it in. A little faster. We're gonna go slide and in. Reach out and in. You can stay close to the mat. Slide your feet. Good. Singles. Out, in, in. That's it. Slide it, or you can start to bounce it, yeah? Nothing like starting the day with some fun jumping jacks, yeah? Good. Keep going. Good. Nice strong legs. Reach them out, reach them in, reach them out, reach them in. Keep going. Keep going. Go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, basic in the center. Jumping or just staying with your feet connected. Yes. Good. All right. To finish up today, we're gonna do 3 heel switches and an open close. If you're close to the mat, we're all the way down. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3, open, close, open, close. 1, 2, 3 together, open, close. If you're not at the mat, we'll jump it. Ready? Here we go. Heel, 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 center, out and in, out and in. Heel, 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 center. Good. Jump it if you like. Heel. Good. It's meant to be bouncy. That's it. Heel. Together. 3 heels, jump together. 1, 2, 3. Open, close. Just have fun with it. 1, 2, 3. Good. Excellent. 1, 2, 3. Out and in. Just jazzing yourself up for the rest of the day, maybe the rest of the week. We go 4. Good. Breathe your breath. This is as complicated as it's going to get. We did so much core work today. You just get to enjoy yourself. 2. Excellent. And 1. Open, close. Good. Jog it out. Here we go. Woo. Bringing it all the way through. Now you know you can absolutely go into a cardio space if you want to for the next few. I might even encourage you to put on some of your music or go to another flow class. Let's bring it into bounce balance. Woo. Let your arms shake out. Yes. Good work. Bring both feet down. And just calm it down. Roll your shoulders up and back. Again, super brief. Sometimes bouncing after Pilates is like chef's kiss. So if you were to do anything, maybe you do a couple of those rolling exercises and stretching exercises. Calm down your bounce. Woo, take a deep breath in. All right, you know, if you want more, take more right now. But for today, our time is up. We've done the thing. Consider going through another 5, or let that be what you need today. And we're gonna remember to, ask ourselves the question, why did the moves matter? I still haven't made it quite as long as I want it. There it is. Why did your moves matter to you today? Why do we do this? We build our capacity for habit building. We attach value and meaning to our movement so that it's less about the exercise and more about how it's supporting our life. That's why we're doing this. Big love to you. Thank you. Oh, Tracy, I'm so happy that you feel good. And I so appreciate all of you and your compliments and your comments, no matter if you're coming live or at a different point in time. It means the world to me. I'm a solopreneur, and a good deal of my life outside of this studio is just spent being a mom. So in the balance between those two things, sometimes you can question, whether you're doing a good job at either. I show up and do the best I can, and so your words really mean the world to me. And if you're new here and want to know how you can support my work and my little business, you can go to the show description. There's lots of links, whether it's an Amazon shop, whether it's a Bala purchase, whether it's Bellicon, whether it's coming in for a clinic at Jenna-Zaffino.com. Everything matters, everything counts, but showing up is a really great way. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. I just noticed this morning we're at 400 subscribers. So huge thank you. It's literally been that many months, 6 months of consistent showing up, and 400 of you are here. And I hope I know at least 3 of you are enjoying yourselves. So I hope 397 of you are also enjoying yourself too. Have a wonderful rest of the week, you all. Big love to you. Mwah. All my best. Have a great, great week.